Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to genuinely confident English. If you've ever felt nervous speaking, maybe because the sentence you put together just felt a bit stiff, or maybe too formal, or, sounded like it came straight out of a textbook, then yeah, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're moving beyond just like vocabulary lists. We're diving deep into functional grammar. We're pulling out 5 essential language nuggets. These are structures native speakers use, well, automatically. If we're talking about immediate plans, those sudden needs, and temporary behavior, our mission is pretty simple. Help you instantly upgrade your English from just correct to really conversational.
Absolutely. And we're going to use, I think, the most effective tool there is for embedding these patterns, the shadowing technique. So that means when I speak, you need to speak right after me. Try to match my pace, my intonation. This really trains your mouth and your brain to use these structures, even the complex ones, in real time without, hesitating. So get ready to speak out loud with us.
Yes, that's the commitment we need. Think of these less as strict rules and more like functional shortcuts. They solve everyday communication problems. Okay, let's jump straight into the flow, starting with how we talk about the future when something is like 100% confirmed. Right, so our first structure, this handles those fixed future arrangements and, the dentist appointment, that meeting you booked, the dinner date. Now, a lot of learners might just use will here. But the real conversational insight, and this comes straight from our source material, is that English often treats these future events as present facts. Why? Because the decision or the booking, it exists right now. It's maybe on paper or in your calendar. So we actually use the present progressive.
Okay, here's the shadowing phrase. Remember to repeat right after me. First slow, then natural. I am seeing the headmaster on Monday. Slow. I am seeing the headmaster on Monday. Pause twos. Okay, now at natural speed. Natural. I'm seeing the headmaster on Monday.
That feels so much smoother, doesn't it? Much more natural than using will. But maybe you explain that a bit more. Why is the present progressive the secret sauce here? If I said, I will see the headmaster on Monday, is that technically wrong, or does it just sound a bit off?
Good question. It's not strictly wrong, no, but it totally changes the meaning. Using will suggests you either just made that decision, like right now, or maybe you're predicting it. But using the progressive form I'm seeing signals the arrangement is set, it's fixed. The only real question is the time. So you'd naturally say something like, oh, I can't meet you for coffee next week. I'm having dinner with Sarah on Friday.
Ah, okay, because that dinner is already confirmed. It's in the diary.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our fixed plan sorted. But sometimes life throws us a curveball, right? And we need to address something with real urgency. That brings us neatly to structure number 2, expressing strong, immediate advice or, well, necessity.
Right, and this is where we bring in had better. It refers very directly to the immediate future. And it carries this sense of necessity, much stronger than just should or ought. It's almost like a warning, really.
Yeah, I find this is one where learners often get tripped up. They tend to use should for everything. But should is often just, a recommendation, a suggestion. Had better feels much more like an imperative, like you must do it.
Precisely. If you're advising someone about a potential negative consequence that could happen very soon, had better is the structure you need. Okay, ready to shadow again. Shadowing phrase. I had better put the meat in the oven. Slow. I had better put the meat in the oven. Pause twos. And now natural. Listen for the contraction. Natural, contraction, focus. I'd better put the meat in the oven. Pause twos.
Ah, that contraction, I'd better. You hear that all the time. It feels almost mandatory in conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just flows so much faster. If you say the full I had better, it can sound a bit formal, maybe like a written command rather than genuine urgent advice.
Exactly. It smooths the speech.
Okay, so moving smoothly from necessity to socializing. Structure number 3 gives us a really natural, informal way to invite someone to do something simple. We often use come and or go and.
Yes, this is a lovely bit of functional language. It connects 2 actions together very casually. So instead of a more formal phrasing like, would you like to come over in order to have a drink? We use the simple direct form. Ready? Shadowing phrase. Come and have a drink. Slow. Come and have a drink. Pause twos. Natural speed now. Natural. Come and have a drink. Pause twos.
It's quite funny how a tiny structural tweak like that completely changes the feel of an invitation, doesn't it? Makes it much more relaxed, informal. And you also hear this when people describe a habit, right? Like, oh, he often comes and spends the evening with us. It just sounds smoother.
Very common.
All right, structure number 4. This one is absolutely essential for daily life, for errands, the causative structure. This is how we talk about getting a service done by someone else, not doing it ourselves. The pattern is get or have plus the object plus the past participle.
Yeah, this pattern is, I'd say, non-negotiable for real fluency. If you say, I cut my hair this afternoon, that literally means you picked up the scissors and did it yourself. If you want to say you went to the hairdresser, you arranged for the service, you absolutely need the causative. Okay, let's practice it. Shadowing phrase. I'm going to get my hair cut this afternoon. Slow. I'm going to get my hair cut this afternoon. Pause twos. And natural speed. Listen for gonna. Natural. I'm going to get my hair cut this afternoon. Pause twos.
And that gonna contraction fits perfectly there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just shows again how these structures naturally encourage spoken fluency. So this is the pattern you use every time you need to delegate something or arrange a service, like you need to get the car repaired before Tuesday.
Precisely.
Okay, our final structure for today, number 5. This deals with personality and behavior, but specifically temporary behavior. When someone is acting unusually, maybe being difficult or lazy or silly just for a moment, we use the progressive form of be plus an adjective.
Yes, this is a fantastic structure, often used for, perhaps, gentle correction or just observation, because it signals, look, I know you aren't usually like this, so maybe snap out of it. We're talking about their actions or behavior in that specific moment, not their permanent character.
Right, not who they are, but how they are acting right now.
Exactly. Okay, shadowing phrase. Shadowing phrase. You're being stupid. Slow. You're being stupid. Pause twos. And natural pace. Natural. You're being stupid. Pause twos.
Yeah, that contrast is so important. We use simple linking verbs like is or seems for permanent states, right? He seems intelligent. But we switch to be plus ing when we're criticizing or commenting on a temporary action. Like,
Yeah.
why are you being so loud right now? It separates the person from their momentary behavior. Really useful.
Very useful distinction.
Okay, now let's try and put all 5 of those structures together in a real conversational context. Listen closely to this mini-drama. We're joining 2 friends. Let's call them Alex and Mia. They're kind of rushing to finish some chores before a big presentation practice session they have planned. Try to catch all 5 usages and notice the emotion behind them.
As Alex, sounding stressed, focusing on an errand phrase 4, ugh, I just can't believe how slowly this mechanic is working. I really need to get my shoes repaired before that job interview on Wednesday.
Is Mia, calm, reminding him of the planned phrase 1. Oh, they'll be fine. Relax. Focus on the presentation first. Remember, I'm seeing Jessica on Tuesday to practice it, so you need to be free that night anyway to prepare your notes for her.
Is Alex, sudden realization, urgency phrase 2, Tuesday. Oh gosh, that's tomorrow. Okay, you're right. Time is tight. Speaking of things that need doing immediately, it's already 7 o'clock. I had better put the meat in the oven pretty soon if we want to eat anything before we start working tonight.
As Mia, observing his stress, using temporary behavior phrase 5. Hey, stop pacing around like that. Honestly, you're being ridiculous about the interview prep. You're being stupid, really. You already know all this stuff. Just breathe.
As Alex calming down, apologizing, inviting phrase 3. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I just needed that reality check, I guess. I'm sorry. Hey, look, after dinner and after we finish all the prep work, come and have a drink with me. I think we'll deserve a break by then.
Nice little scene there. And that sequence really highlights how smoothly those structures can blend together in just a normal conversation. Alex's moment of panic perfectly set up the need for head better. But what really stand out to me is Mia's use of that temporary behavior structure when she says, you're being stupid. She wasn't calling him a stupid person, was she? She was addressing the momentary, frantic behavior.
Exactly. And that distinction is just everything in natural, empathetic English. Okay, listener, let's shadow that piece of urgent advice from Alex one more time. Really focus on the speed and the punch of that contraction. Ready? I'd better put the meat in the oven soon. Pause threes.
Great work. Now, just a quick reminder before we wrap up, remember to go deeper. It's really essential to have the complete book in your hands. It gives you all the context for these usages and so much more. The safe link to get your physical copy is right below this recording. And hey, tell us in the comments, which one of these phrases will you try to use first this week? We'd love to know.
Okay, so that was a deep dive into some functional grammar that can instantly make you sound more connected, more natural when you speak English. These small structural shifts, they're really what transform just correct English into truly natural English.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's cycle through the 5 phrases one last time, just at natural speed. Use this as your final repetition exercise for today. Ready? 1. I'm seeing the headmaster on Monday. Pause once. 2. I'd better put the meat in the oven. Pause once. 3. Come and have a drink. Pause once. 4. I'm going to get my hair cut this afternoon. Pause once. 5. You're being stupid.
Boss ones.
Fantastic job shadowing today, everyone. Really focus now on applying these 5 phrases out there in the real world. And please, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Each little error is just, a data point. It leads you closer to fluency. The goal here is rapid, natural application of this knowledge, not just memorizing rules.
And always remember that language is descriptive. It evolves based on how people actually use it. So mastering these kinds of functional structures, the ones native speakers use without thinking, well, that's the final frontier, and moving past rigid rules towards genuine, comfortable fluency. Keep practicing. Keep shadowing.
Great advice. So think about your schedule for this week. What fixed arrangements do you have coming up? And maybe what errand do you need to get done? Start practicing right away. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into making your English fluent for life. We'll see you next time.